Welcome to Every Way Woman. We are talking about finances, and we have our money expert, Emily Chase Smith, here. Thanks for being here, Emily. Sure. Well, you know, we talk about budget and things like that, but it seems like there's so much technology out there right now. Are there tools that really will help us make it easier to track our money?
Absolutely. You know, not only do we need a written budget, but it needs to be the reality. So sometimes we'll put something down on paper that we think is the reality, but we need to actually track where our money's going day by day. And there's a ton. It's kind of overwhelming how much technology is out there. My favorite thing is smartphone technology, because most of us with smartphones are like glued to the hip with our smartphones. So if you can find an app that you like that allows you to just easily put in, I spent this amount at this store, boom. Just something really, really simple, then you can use that information when you're sitting down to make sure that your budget reflects your reality.
Now, tell me about this a little bit, because, you know, a lot of people scare you off from using credit cards of, you know, they can be overwhelming, but I actually see some really good things with credit cards. For me, it helps me track my expenses, you know. I mean, every month I get, you know, a breakdown of how much I spent eating out, how much I spent at stores and things like that. But you talked about tracking it daily. Is doing a monthly check-in good enough?
You know what, it's interesting. I think if you're far down the path, it is, because you already have a handle. But if you only do it monthly, you don't have time to course correct in the middle of the month. You just only know every 30 or 31 days what's going on. Whereas if you have a nice app that will tell you, you budgeted $500 for this category, and friend, you have already spent $300, you know, then, and it's the 10th of the month, then you know that, whereas opposed you wouldn't know until the month was over.
And what are your favorite apps out there?
My favorite one is called EEBA. And I like it because it's simple and it's free, and it does exactly what I told you it does. You can just punch it in. And the other thing I like about it is it counts down. So instead of saying I'm going to spend $500, it has a green line of $500. And as I spend at the grocery store or whatever, my green line gets smaller.
That is good. EEBA, huh?
EEBA, yeah. And then there's a little black line on that same green line that's, what's that, perpendicular. And that shows me where I am in the month. So that black line moves along so I can see where I am relative to the month. So you want to keep your green line and your black line kind of together.
All right, well, that sounds really cool. But you know, one of the things I worry about with all this technology is I don't want some big brother watching me. I mean, are they keeping track of me? Because, you know, with everything from Facebook to Google, you know, when you're spending a certain way, is someone watching that? And are they going to market to you then?
Well, probably yes. I don't know about EEBA specifically, but a lot of these apps, and some of them do tie, there's some concerns about identity theft because they tie into your bank accounts and they tie into your credit cards.
I could not do that.
Yeah, and so look for one that's just uncoupled. It can just, like, I don't really care if EEBA knows that I went to Subway today, you know, but I do care if they can have access to my bank account. So look for one that has the level of comfort that you want. You know, how intertwined do you want to be?
And are you e-banking on your mobile phone? Is that something smart to do? I mean, I'm sure they're on top of it, but it just makes me nervous.
You know, it's interesting. There's a level of nervousness. At the same time, I know if anybody's on the cutting edge of technology and privacy, it's banks, right? They're federally regulated. But yeah, there's still a little squeamishness about that, absolutely.
And is that something we just need to get over?
Or we can just opt out. We can say, you know what, until I feel good about this, I'm not going to do it.
Can we really just use paper?
It's possible.
Does anyone do that anymore?
Probably not.
I think your husband does that.
He is a paper boy, that man. Yes, yes. When we sit down to do our budget, I open up my laptop and I get my spreadsheet out, and he gets out his yellow pad.
All right. Well, at least you're tracking it on the computer as well. You're covering your bases. Well, thank you so much for all of those tips. EEBA, I'm going to check it out. All right. Well, that's Emily Chase Smith, our money expert here, and we'll be back with Every Way Woman.